Hey, this video is just about being an only child. I know a lot of people think like, oh my gosh, you're so spoiled. You get gifts, you get presents, you get anything you want. Go in Walmart, you say I want this, and you get it. All right, and I'm not gonna say that about 65% of that isn't true. All right, but yeah, there's a lot of things you got wrong. I'm here to set some of those misconceptions straight because it's not at all as cracked up to be, all right? As you know. Being an only child, it should be called lonely child because that's literally what it is. You're alone. I was born May 25th, 1995, good year, you know? I'm just trying to remember as far back as I can remember because that was when it was just me, my mom, and my dad. But then when my mom and my dad split up, got with my stepdad, you know, I was turning into, I guess, to a kid. I was always wanting somebody to play with, you know? Pros to being an only child is you get more one-on-one attention with your parents. Now, for me, it was just more one-on-one attention with my mom because I didn't really get any one-on-one attention with my dad or my stepdad, which that mattered a lot, I guess, when I was little. The con is that you require more attention from your parents. Playing with Barbie, it gets real old real quick. You're like, hey Sally, you know, wanna go to the mall? Yeah. It's not that fun when you already know the answers. I needed somebody to be like, no, I don't go to no ball with you. You're making puppet shows and whatnot, and you're every single puppet. What's the fun in that, you know? Nobody wants to be every single puppet. I was a chill kid. I was a little bit like Dakota Fanning. I was like, what? Huh? Logically, that doesn't make any sense. What are you talking about? It gets to the point where you don't even want to be around other kids. You're like, these kids are too immature for me. You know, I want to hang out with y'all. What y'all talking about? And then they're like, stay in a child's place. And then you're like, what? Now I'm a child? What? I've always been around adults. You get in trouble for having a smart mouth, but that's all you're around. You know, y'all talk to each other like that. Why can't I talk to y'all like that, huh? Another pro, you don't have to share often. And you get your own room. A con would probably be your parents literally have nothing better to do in life than to pay attention to you. We don't get away with a lot of stuff. Everywhere you turn, your parent is right there to reprimand you or stop you from doing something. Another pro is your stuff lasts so long, man. I never got when I would go over to like my friend's house and something was always broken. My stuff didn't break. Another thing is batteries, man. If you buy me something for Christmas that requires batteries, you buy them batteries on Christmas. Those batteries will last forever. All right, nothing broke, nothing really ran out. A con is you have to take all of the responsibility for everything. Say something happens, something breaks in the house. There's no denying it was you. And you can't be like, oh, Jimmy did it. It was him. You know, he does all this. I tell you all the time, Jimmy. I say, stop. You never do. You never stop. You keep going. You just go too hard, Jimmy. See, I told you. You can't do that. You have to be like, yeah, you know, it was me who broke it. I never had to, oh, I can't come outside today, guys. My little sister said this and got me in trouble. My parents ain't home and I gotta watch her. Why can't you go just because of them? Like, that don't got nothing to do with you. That's how I thought because I never had, you know, a brother or sister. A con is when you're having normal human emotions, people always use the only child thing against you. How about y'all listen to what's actually wrong instead of just pushing it off on me being an only child? You have to grow up really quickly and not in the sense of, you know, you gotta play parent. You get independent because you're used to doing everything you do it alone. You're dealing with things with your parents. Major things are happening in your life that you can't really talk to your parents about. Well, you usually could go to your sibling. You can be like, hey, you know, hey, my mom and my dad, they're getting on my nerves. You better go in the back room and cry it out to yourself because you're not going to go and you're not going to tell them. Who are you going to talk to? Nobody. All right? Nobody. Now, I'm not going to say that, you know, only children don't get spoiled a little bit more. But it comes with a territory. I mean, that's the least. All right, that's the least we can get. We're the only ones. What we don't get and not being able to actually play with other kids, can we at least get in being a little spoiled? And all that spoiled stuff, All that cuts out by the time you turn, say, 10 or 11. All of that stuff, gone. You get spoiled when you're cute and little. Once you get a period, it's done with. That spoiled thing is dead. Of course, now, I don't really care that I'm, that I was an only child. It bothered me for a long time that, I didn't have any brothers or sisters and they were going to have kids. And I can't just do, oh my God. You can adopt. You could adopt the other families into your own family. If it clicks, don't force that. It doesn't necessarily have to be blood. I wanted a brother and sister. I want to say until I was 14 or 15. And that was around the time that I realized what my mom would actually have to do to make that happen. And I was like, you know what? I'm cool. Remember what I said back then when I was like, can I please have a brother and sister? I'm good. Never mind. That was crazy. I don't really want one. I'm good. I'm great. I was done with that thought. I was like, you know what? It didn't happen. Oh well. No brothers and sisters, please. I personally would not do something so cruel to my kids. Alright? I'm really gonna try hard to have multiple because I wasn't about that. I don't like that life, man. Like, I ain't like being an only child. I really didn't like it overall. Thanks for watching so much. Follow me on my social media, which is Instagram. That's what I'm on the most. I check it like I'm like that. That's like my newspaper, okay? Like, I don't even touch a real newspaper. I touch Instagram. My news is Shade Room, okay? Like, that's my news. I'm like, hold up, Shade Room, what's going on? The point is, I'm on Instagram all the time, and you can follow me at Bavery. And yeah, you get to see what's popping, I post up a lot of pictures. I keep the TL popping. But let me stop with this promo of my Instagram page. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this gave you a little insight of what it's like to be an only child. So yeah, thank you so much.